I thought I'd make a little video today on a little bit of music theory. Ooh, boo, yuck, run away. I had one of my uke students just the other day wanting to know really what that funny little fraction thing is on the side at the start of a piece of music. You'll see it up to the side, and sorry, I think my neighbours are starting to do some drilling or something over here, or sorry for the noise, but I will persevere. So yeah, that little, if you've ever seen a piece of music, right at the top, right at the start of the piece of music, you'll see a little fraction. There'll be a number, slash, a number underneath it. That's actually what we call a time signature. And all music has time signatures. That basically shows you the value of what's played within a measure of music or a bar. If you look at a piece of music again, you'll notice it's got musical notes written, then it's got a line that crosses it over the staff, and then there's more notes and then a line and so on. Those little segmented pieces by those lines is called a measure of music, or sometimes referred to as a bar of music. You often hear the terminology bar. You know, you've probably all heard music called 12-bar blues. Well, it's 12 sections, 12 bars of music that make up the whole one cycle of the chord progression. And so time signatures set the value of those bars, and basically when you see a time signature, let's say we'll look at the most common time signature for a lot of people. It is what we call a 4/4 time signature. So what you'll see at the start of the piece of music, you'll see a 4, then a line, and then a 4 underneath. And what's meant by that is the top number gives you how many are played in the bar, and the bottom one gives you the value of those beats played in the bar. So in the case of a 4/4 time signature, each bar will have 4 quarter notes or its equivalent. So it might be 8 eighth notes. See, music's all about fractions. It is, music really is math. So when we see 4/4, it means 4 quarters, or it could be 8 eighths. So let's just don't get too confusing here. Let's say 4 quarter notes or its equivalent. So that could mean a note that you actually play, or it could be, say, a quarter rest, which you don't play. So in a piece of 4/4 music, you might actually get 2 beats that you actually play, say 2 quarter beats, then a quarter rest, and then a fourth, a third beat, but the whole lot. So you've got 2 beats, 1 rest, and then 1 beat, which would be played like, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there'd be 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how that would be played in a sense. So 2 quarter note, 1 quarter rest, and then 1 quarter note. Now, within a bar, you can have a combination of, in a 4/4 bar, in a 4/4 time signature, you don't have to just have 4 quarter notes. It can be a combination. We could have, 4 eighth notes and 2 quarter notes. 2 eighths is a quarter, 2 eighths is a quarter, then 2 quarter notes makes up 4. 4 fours once again. When we're counting fours, we'll be going, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we're counting, if they're all in eighth notes, it'd be counted like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So there's twice as many in the same time span, so to speak. So if I was playing a 4/4 bar at this sort of tempo, da da, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4. If I played that in eighth notes, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's over the same length of time. And like I said, in a 4/4 time signature, we could have a combination of quarter notes, eighth notes, might even have 16th or 32nd notes. We could also have things called dotted notes, but we won't get into that for today. So let's keep it simple for now. So I could play even a combination of, again, in a 4/4 bar. Let's say I could put the first 2 beats, make 2 eighths, and then we'll do a quarter note, another quarter note, and then finish on 2 eighths. So it would sound like this: 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, and. So that's what that would sound like. It would be 2 eighths, 2 quarters, and then 2 eighths, which make up 4/4 in a sense. Or again, we could add, not play beats, and some of those beats could actually be rests where we don't play at all. I hope this is not confusing everyone. I hope it's making sense. So for you uke players out there, a lot of social sort of uke players, a lot of the music you play is actually in 4/4 time. All of the, da, 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 all those types of songs, they're all counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that's all in 4/4. Even though then I was playing some eighth notes in amongst those quarter notes in the bar. I was doing this 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1. So 4/4 is your most common sort of time signature that you play. And also for some people, they'll also play a few songs in 3/4 time, which is often referred to as waltz time. So in a 3/4 time signature, you have 3 quarter notes that make up the bar. And it's often counted like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's that waltz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So once again, that could be, they're quarter notes, but we could also throw in some eighth notes in there too. So it could be 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, or putting eighth notes anywhere. 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. So we could put eighths in amongst it. And again, they don't have to be all beats, they could be rest as well. So 3/4 waltz time. Now, they're the two most common you'll come across. Sometimes you'll find some songs in what we call 6/8 time, which are equivalent to 6/8 beats in a measure or bar of music. And once again, there are 6/8. And with 6/8 time, we don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We actually count it in groups of 3. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which is different than 3/4. 3/4 is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6/8 is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 2 bars of 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 1 bar of 6/8. To give you an example of 6/8, if you've ever heard that old song called Moon Dance, on the end of it, the actual last 2 bars of the song Moon Dance, it's in 4/4 time, but the last 2 bars are in 6/8. The part that goes, can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So that's an example of 6/8, and there's whole songs played in 6/8, but we won't go into that now. I don't want to make this video too long. It's already at 9 minutes. I'll probably just mention one more now too, because I have a love for blues music, and actually I'm currently writing a book on uke blues, which I hopefully will have out in a month or two. But another common time signature, especially for very slow blues music, is a time signature called 12/8. So there's the equivalent of 12 eighth notes in each bar. And in 12/8 too, just like with 6/8, we're not counting it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's actually counted in groups of 3. So I will count out for you a whole 12/8 bar in a slow blues sort of feel here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's 1 bar. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it sounds like that. So that's what we call a 12/8. And there's heaps and heaps of different time signatures out there. Anyway, I might do some more videos specifically targeting, let's say, some more odd time signatures in the future. Maybe some 5/4, 7/8. You know, a lot of weird sort of 3/8s and a lot of weird sort of more jazz type things like that. So I hope this hasn't confused you. I hope it's enlightened you a little bit about, you know, the mystery of time signatures, that little fraction note on the start of a piece of music. If you have any questions in regards to this, drop them down at the bottom of this video. Otherwise, you know, enjoy that little bit of information. And as I said, I will probably do some more on some more obscure time signatures at a later date, and I might even you know, play some songs in those time signatures to give you a little bit of you know, practical, you know, hearing what those time signatures sound like. Great, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining me.